Welcome to Paper Ballot Basics, a poll worker training video from the Pickaway County Board of Elections. We will be covering the four most basic uses of paper ballots for the upcoming election day, which can be by request inside the building, requested outside the building, a 17-year-old voter, or a provisional ballot. There are differences to each of these scenarios, but we should start from when you first arrive on election day. The voting location manager, known as the VLM, will bring a sealed red bag which contains both ballot cards and paper ballots. On election day, and working in a bipartisan team, the seal should be removed from the red bag and all supplies should be inventoried. A paper reconciliation chart will be included in the white election binder along with an instruction sheet for opening quantities to be logged. Paper ballots will be sealed and have a cover sheet that identifies the quantity, precinct, split, and party if during a primary. There is no need to unseal the ballots until they are needed. Once you break the seal, then you will need to verify the quantity of the ballots contained. In a primary, every precinct will receive a ballot bundle for each political party with a contested race. If there are any questions or issues, they will receive another bundle labeled Issues Only or Nonpartisan. This will be at the top of the ballot and on each ballot stub. The VLM will also bring an unsealed pink bag. In a bipartisan team, it will be verified to be empty. The sides will be pushed out, and then you will zip it closed and seal it. Be sure to write the seal number on the seal recording chart in the white election binder. This seal stays on all day until the end of the night, when we ask that you break the seal to neatly place the ballot cards from the machines into the bag. You will then seal the bag again and log the new seal. The voter must still first sign either the tablet or the paper signature book. You will then identify the precinct they live in, the split within that precinct if there is one, and the party ballot they wish to vote. Find the appropriate bundle, and you will remove the ballot with the top stub. Every paper ballot must come to our office with one stub still attached to the ballot and the other stub still attached to the bundle in order for that ballot to be validated and counted. So, if a voter is inside the building and requests a paper ballot, they must go through the normal process to sign in by having them state their name and address, show a valid ID, and sign either the tablet or paper signature book. They can then be issued the appropriate paper ballot, being mindful of precinct, split, and party, along with a pen. You may direct them to the voting booth, advise them to vote their ballot, fold it, and place it directly into the pink bag. In the event you are notified in some way that a voter outside the building is requesting a ballot, you will first need to find out that voter's name. Once you know that name, go to the paper signature book in the back of the white election binder. Locate and remove the page that has the voter on it. Keep in mind that the signature book is split up alphabetically by precinct, so a multi-precinct location will have multiple signature books. Bring that page, a clipboard, a pen, and a poll worker of the opposite party to the voter. Again, follow normal processes to sign the voter in by having them state their name and address, show a valid ID, and sign the page. Both workers will go back inside, retrieve the appropriate ballot, a curbside ballot envelope, and a glue stick or tape. Advise them to vote their ballot, fold it, and place it in the envelope. Be sure to give them space and privacy while they vote. If the voter does not seal it, be sure to seal the envelope in sight of the voter using the glue stick or tape. Once you return inside, place the curbside envelope with ballot into the pink bag. If the tablet or signature book identifies a voter as 17 years old, they may only vote in a primary for party candidates that are to be elected in the next general election. They must only be permitted to vote a paper ballot, and it must be placed in the 17-year-old envelope. Only their selections for party primary candidates will be counted. If there are any registered 17-year-olds for your location, your red bag would contain envelopes marked 17-year-olds with instructions for them to follow. They must go through the normal process to sign in by having them state their name and address, show a valid ID, and sign the tablet or signature book. They can then be issued the appropriate paper ballot, being mindful of precinct, split, and party. You may then direct them to the voting booth, advise them to read the instructions carefully, vote their ballot, place it in the envelope, and seal it before placing it into the pink bag. And finally, provisional voters. These are also always paper ballot voters, since we will need to determine whether the ballot can be counted or not. Within the red bag, you will receive a bundle of yellow provisional envelopes, a bundle of notices, a template, and a sealed yellow provisional bag. There are many reasons why you may issue a voter a provisional ballot, but for this video, we are going to focus on what to do once you do issue them one. Be sure they have signed the tablet or the signature book. Blank provisional signature pages are now in the provisional bundles as well as in the back of the white election binder. Have the voter complete the yellow envelope and provide them with the provisional ballot notice, which is theirs to keep. You may use the template provided to ensure they have completed all necessary lines. It is the poll worker's responsibility to verify the envelope is filled out and the top box is completed by the poll worker reviewing. Your VLM may request that they also review the envelope before a ballot is issued to the voter. Once the envelope is completed and verified, they can then be issued the appropriate ballot, again being mindful of precinct, split, and party, along with a pen. You may direct them to the voting booth, advise them to vote their ballot, place it directly into the yellow envelope, seal it, and then place it in the yellow bag. Things to remember. Every paper ballot must have one stub still attached. The other stub should remain attached to the ballot bundle and not be removed. If a voter makes a mistake or you tear the stub off, write "soiled" across the face of the ballot and provide them with another one. The soiled ballot goes in the white, soiled envelope located in the black bag with wheels. Any bundle that was opened throughout the day will need to be physically counted and logged on the reconciliation at the end of the night. And finally, if you have a question on Election Day, talk to your fellow poll workers. Use the knowledge and experience of your VLM and don't hesitate to call our office. Thanks for watching.